key part of my martial art argument is that they are cheating, and cheating automatically disqualifies one from being the top martial artist, because he should be the way, the truth, and the life, so to speak. So Haephastus, or he faced us, and Mercury, who's also compared to Hermes, while Haephastus is compared to Vulcan, is a key deity here. Remember, Mercury had the winged sandals, winged hat, and this has to do with traversing the realms, and he was a deity of communication, merchandise, trickery, psychopomp, travelers, boundaries, luck, eloquence, and thieves. So martial arts is a form of communication, so is dance, marching, etc., etc., plays. And this is part of why he had winged sandals. This has everything to do with the terrain and footwork. And Horus is the Skywalker versus those that use drugs and illusion. So I want you all to understand why I put this on the key reasons why I'm the top martial artist playlist. Hopefully it's still there. And to understand that favoritism, tribalism, nepotism, and elevating certain family bloodlines is part of what they intend to do. They intend to make it seem that they are superior, and to mix athletes and other people who are seen to have good stock through colleges and clubs and different organizations that link these people together, Hollywood and so on, what have you, to breed these people with their kind of old money bloodlines to ultimately create the illusion that they were the warriors of old to justify their family or their royal position or whoever they may be. At the end of this video, I'm going to talk about ideal, lead, and leading and follow, and lead the world astray in a way that you should understand that I'm right. So Haephastus, he was also a rapist deity. He attempted to rape Athena in one story, and in one version, he basically ejaculated on her thigh, and she wiped it off and threw it on the ground and impregnated Gaia. In another version, he split open Zeus's head with an axe, and he was given Athena as a wife, and while he was trying to consummate the marriage, she basically disappeared, and he ended up impregnating Gaia that way. So who is this Haephastus person? This is key. You need to pay close attention. He was the god of fire. Think about Poseidon with his trident, and the devil with his basically trident, right? His pitchfork, right? And he's basically a god of fire, where Poseidon is a god of water. Problem solution. Okay, god of fire, metalworking, right? Meddling where he doesn't belong, right? Forges, carpenters, craftsmen, artisans, sculptors, metallurgy, and volcanoes. Thus, the reason why he's compared to Vulcan, among other things. So think about Jesus as a carpenter. Serapis, sea rape is. But this video will focus more on Haephastus. Okay. So Ptah, Daedalus, who designed the labyrinth in Crete, and Haephastus are key in understanding masonry and who perhaps they elevate above others. We're going to get into that. Prometheus and Haephastus are key. We'll get into that momentarily. His Roman equivalent is Vulcan. He's either the son of Zeus and Hera, or Hera alone. Hera being the alpha female, her A, right, is the idea. He was rejected by Hera because of deformity. Deformity. Okay, D as in demon, as in penis. Okay, deformity has everything to do with form and forms in martial arts, and why they've made systems to favor their specific forms. Okay, fighter as fitter, right? Mortal combat versus street fighter, right? As fatter. Okay, who's more fit for this activity? So he was rejected by Hera because of his deformity. This is key, and was thrown off Mount Olympus down to earth. His symbols are the hammer, anvil, tongs, okay, and volcano. He was worshipped in the manufacturing and industrial centers of Greece, particularly Athens. His name comes from a pre-Greek city, Phaistos, a city in Crete. Remember, Crete is where Zeus was born, King Minos. Pacify. Remember, King Minos is said to be the progenitor of homosexuality in the West, okay, and really throughout the world by default. after that point. And this goes to where you get Circe, who is one of Helios, the sun god's daughters, who is where we get the word kirk and church. Okay, the magic, the magicians, the sages. Jesus' name being a play on words for Ra says, or also see or so or say sage. His name backwards. Okay, with interchangeable vowels, vowel to L. Anyway, so. His name comes from a pre-Greek, Haephastus, in Crete. Also, A-P-I-T-Jo is where his name is said to be derived from, Mycenaean. Okay, you can Google this up for yourself if you're confused by anything. He is called the lame one, the halting, the coppersmith, the renowned artificer, right? Artificial, okay, artificer. Shrewd, crafty, and Atenaean, due to his workshop supposedly being located beneath Mount Etna. He had his own palace on Olympus, containing his workshop with anvil and 20 bellows. It's basically an A-shaped device. It should be on the screen right now, constructed to work a strong blast of air. Remember, sage backwards is e-gas. This has everything to do with why they're fuming me. They are occultists. Martial arts overlaps with religion and occult ideologies. Think about the Yakuza with their demon tattoos and their ninja and samurai connections. Okay? You're an idiot if you don't see it this way. How many people practice karate in taekwondo, in the place with the most martial arts schools? This goes back to the word Korea, Kor-E-A, E-A being another name for Enki, the god of the earth. And Kor being another name for Liber, who is the deity Liberty with the Statue of Liberty, which is just a variation of Liber, and it connects to Nephthys, Lilith, Hecate, Hebe, Isis, and so on and so forth. Okay, and Persephone, and Proserpina, and so on. Okay, so remember the device, the bellows and the anvil are said to do his bidding. Belly, right below. Belly of the beast. Where is the belt tied in martial arts? Okay. Haephastus, the deformed metalworking craftsman that forges. Okay, forging the body how? With chemicals. Okay, with the spirit or with the flesh. He crafted almost any finely wrought metalwork imbued with powers that appear in Greek myth. He designed Hermes' winged helmet and sandals, a strong connection to why they're trying to favor the gender-neutral kind of culture with certain martial arts. This is where you get magazines like this, right? Tai Chi said to favor the female, and her gi is almost exactly the same as mine. The difference is she actually does the art that it's attached to, right? Artificer, right? And this is because I don't have martial arts clothing or apparel, right? Appeal and apparel, right? Fitting, outfit, throw a fit, right? Benefit, for whose benefit, right? That expresses my follower of Ra as Horus the Pharaoh, Harwar, okay? So I'm forced to wear this to express myself, okay? And the white reflects the sun as Pharaoh, as the white crown of Upper Egypt, Heracleopolis, okay, Nekhen, not the moon temple that they're referring to when they wear it. Okay. So anyway, he designed Hermes' winged helmet and sandals. Think about footwork, right? Sandals. Show the sandal bearer, right? The Aegis breastplate, Aphrodite's famed girdle, Agamemnon's staff of office, Achilles' armor, very telling, Hercules' bronze clappers, Helios' chariot, remember the sun god, the shoulder of Pelops, and Eros, remember Eros being the Greek version of Cupid, bows and arrows to conquer other people, right? And to kind of women start to pretend to love you from there. Oh, they shot him with an arrow, and really through conquest, the survivor women who don't have the courage to kill themselves, which is done all throughout history, mind you, not just with samurai's wives. People who don't want to be ruled over and raped and abused and so on, and don't want to dishonor their ancestors by allowing themselves to be defiled. And this is also an argument we see in mythology, where people who say Medusa was unfairly punished for being raped by, I believe it was Neptune, when he pretended to be some kind of a bird, perhaps a dove, to get into the temple of Athena. Okay? So Prometheus, this is key. Listen carefully. Prometheus, remember I brought it up earlier. Prometheus stole the fire he gave to man from Haephastus' forge in some myths. The fire in the hearts of men. The fire-breathing dragon. Okay? The fire in the belly of men. Right? The fire in the minds and hearts of men. Right? Prometheus is said to have stolen the fire he gave to man from Haephastus' forge. So there now is the demos, or the peasant, or the demons forging man in their image. God's plan in reverse, trying to force God to do it their way. Okay. Prometheus stole the fire he gave to man from Haephastus' forge in some myths. Now Haephastus is also said to have built the automatons of metal to work from. This includes tripods that walked to and from Mount Olympus. So traversing into the realm of the gods, if you will, by building things using science. Okay. He gave to the blinded Orion his apprentice Cadelian as a guide. He created the gifts that the gods gave to man, the woman Pandora and her Pythos. Okay, Pythos. Okay, Pandora, right? Panda Ra, Kung Fu Panda, right? And this goes back to, I'll get to this in the end, the difference between a true leader and what they're doing, okay, and how it connects to ideal and follow. Okay, so he also created all the thrones in the palace of Olympus. He is said to have a special power to produce motion. He made the gold and silver lion and dogs at the entrance of the palace of Alkinoos in such a way they could bite invaders. Right? This is something to do with illusions, certainly, but perhaps there's some trickery there, some contraption. I'm not quite sure at this point. So we must consider the archetype in the Minoan period. Okay, this is when the archetype is said to have come from. It is also said to have started with Daedalus, okay, who made the labyrinth. Okay, he also had something similar to that, the archetype in the Minoan period, Daedalus. So also, we must consider that statues are said to somehow represent the god itself. Remember, animus, animation, okay? Animus meaning spirit, right? Animal, okay? Worldly is what they're getting at. And Psyche, the female soul, okay? Mother Earth, right? So the female empty vessel, really the idea, the idea of your soul based on the principles of this world. So this is also referred to as an animistic idea. This is idolatry, that some statues in some sense are alive. This goes back to the Bible saying, you know, can these statues teach and talk? Can they do this and that? No. Okay, so now let's look at this idea, right? In popular culture, we see deform, right? Demon, right? Deform. There's a connection here. The penis, okay? This is why they go astray, among other things. They can't contain their lust. We see two main types of demons. There's the pesky goat kind of Baphomet variation, and there is the strong bull variation, and is usually accompanied, well, both of them, with females, like on the tarot card, naked women that have chokers, that have a certain makeup, eyeshadow, right, to cover up the truth, to show that they see in darkness, and for other reasons, right? This connects Lilith with Neptus, and so on and so forth. Don't have time for that. So, the ideal person, ideal, the I, right, backwards, lead or led the heaviest of metals, right? Remember, metallurgy, right? Haephastus and metallurgy, okay? And so lead or led I, okay? Lead the world astray. The devil leads the world astray. Led, okay, the world astray, to stray away from the true alpha male. We all come from Africa, and these are all variations of African philosophies. So these guys are set and ball and so on and so forth. Okay, so led versus and follow. So you've let the heavier demon lead you, you fall out of grace. It's the same thing with the pesky kind of goat demon, fat bastard in Austin Powers. None of them should be seen as ideal. Thank you.